This is Travis Anderson's Perception Project for Psychology 1. I'm doing this project on the difficult task of waking up a teenager in the morning. As we all know, waking up in the morning for teenagers is oftentimes a struggle and involves many steps before action ever occurs. In the environment, there are many potential stimuli. These could be anything from an alarm clock or even a dog climbing over you. As an example, the dog climbing over you obviously is going to wake you up faster than a sound. I mean, he's nudging into my back. There's no reason why that shouldn't wake me up. And especially here, where he stomps all over me and then proceeds to try to jump off the bed. It's going to wake anyone up. But in the event that the dog doesn't wake me up, I have another stimulus, the alarm clock. When the alarm clock goes off at 6 in the morning, you first have to react to it. We first start by hearing, then focusing on the object making the noise. This takes us through the image of the retina and the transduction process. Now I go into the perception and recognition process. Perception is defined by the ability to see, hear, or become aware of something through the senses. Now, at least from my experience of being a teenager, this is my usual response when my alarm goes off. I just kind of groan and drudge over to touch the snooze button of my alarm clock, as shown here. My final reaction to the stimulus is getting up, getting out of bed, and moving on with my day. The steps of perception are 1. Environmental stimulus, 2. Attended stimulus, 3. Image on the retina, 4. Transduction, 5. Neural processing, 6. Perception, 7. Recognition, and 8. Action. Now you might be asking yourself, why is perception on its own list of steps to do it number 6? This can easily be shown as we definitely do not think of it this way, at least most of us don't, that we think perception is an instant thing. It's not. We have to have 1 through 5 to do it. We have to have the environmental stimulus. So then it can be an attended stimulus after we hear it, and then we want to not just hear it, we want to look at it. So the image goes to our retina, and then through transduction, we end up actually being able to process that image, and then it goes through the neurons, and then that is when we start perceiving it. And then to understand it, we have to recognize it, and then we usually, if not always, do an action because of it. An action could be anything from a small response in the face to going up to someone because you saw them and saying hello. It can be any of those things. In conclusion to the teenage example, going through the steps of perception, with environmental stimulus and attended stimulus, we had the examples of the dog and the alarm clock. And we successfully took the image from the retina, transducted it, and then sent it through neural processing to perceive it. And we used recognition to see it as an alarm clock and a dog. And then we took action by, first with the dog, patting it on the back before it jumped off. And with the alarm clock, we got up and we turned it off. And then from there, we proceeded to get up out of bed and move on.